Are you wondering how you can change your financial situation? In today's video, I'm going to show you 3 things you can do today to get action and get results. So keep watching. My name's Heather and I'm a trained budget advisor. I've worked with clients and family and I've seen amazing transformations when people follow these steps that I'm about to show you. I've seen what works and what doesn't work. So if you're interested and want to learn more, keep watching. Also, click the subscribe button and also, most importantly, the bell, because this is a process and I don't want you to miss out on any of the information. Today, we're going to do 3 things. Okay, they're going to work in unison, so keep watching to the end so you make sure you've got all 3, and together this is going to be step 1 of your new life. Believe it or not, changing your financial situation actually isn't hard when you break it down into lots of little pieces. When you think of it all at once, it's overwhelming. People will tell you so much, everybody's full of good advice, but when it is such a big issue, it's really hard to get going, know what to do. Now, there's a reason you don't know what to do, because nobody's taught you. School doesn't teach you. Your parents may or may not have taught you. You may have other issues that you're dealing with that are making this hard. So I've decided what I want to do is make it really easy and really doable so you can start seeing some action straight away. So let's get going and let's get these 3 actions underway. Before I start, however, I need to say something. If you're in a car accident, or maybe if you have an illness that is really serious, what do? You go to the doctor, okay? You're in an emergency situation. Now, if you are financially in an emergency situation, I would like you to do that. I'd like you to go straight to the doctor, okay? Please, by all means, watch these videos because they're full of very good, helpful advice. But if you're in need of emergency surgery, you may need a one-on-one with a personal budget advisor who can negotiate with your creditors and things like that. So yes, do these steps, but also get extra help. What I'd like to do with these videos is become your personal coach. Now, obviously, if I was advising you as a budget advisor and you were one of my clients, we'd sit down at the table, we'd have a look at your situation, I would get to know you, and we could work out a personalised plan. Now, I can't do that on YouTube, but we can come pretty close, I reckon. I'm going to break it down into little steps, as I've said, but I also want to hear your questions, because if we were sitting face to face, the questions would be going back and forward, and as we moved on, we'd be clearing things up and sorting things out and building your learning and understanding. So please, I'd like you to flood me with your questions. I really want to hear what you want to know. And if you're asking questions, if questions have come into your mind, right, odds are that there are going to be a whole load of other people who are asking that same question. So not only are you helping yourself by asking those questions, you're also helping lots of other people. So please, questions in the comments down below. And also remember, if you're asking a question, subscribe and push the bell so you don't miss out, because your answer might be in an upcoming video. Our first step 1, actually doesn't have anything to do with money. What? What'd you say? Nothing to do with money? How can that be? Excuse me. Cup of tea. Why are you asking me something that isn't to do with money? Because I've found that one of the things that really trips people up when they're trying to handle their money isn't their money. It's not their money at all. Wouldn't we all love to win the lottery? Most people who win the lottery lose the money. And so in 2 or 3 years they're back to where they were because they haven't learned how to handle that money. The problem is not the money that trips you up, it's actually your thoughts. And one thing I've seen with people, and I have felt this myself, because we've been through situations where we haven't had food in the cupboard to eat breakfast. And that's an awful feeling. I never want to have that feeling again. But I've been there and I know what it feels like, and I know how hopeless it can be. So what I want you to do is I want you to get pen and paper. Now, you might want to use, where is it? You might want to use a little post-it note. If you like those, I love them. I put them all around the house to remind me of things. Use a post-it note. Doesn't have to be that. It could be a pen and paper. It could be your phone. It could be your phone. You could put a reminder on your phone for this part of the step. What I want us to do is in our minds, we've got lots of thoughts spinning around about our money situation and about us. Okay, and a lot of those thoughts are very negative, and they undermine all our efforts in the end of the day. So what we're going to do on this first step is we're going to put a new thought in, and we're going to practice saying that thought to ourselves a number of times during the day, at least every hour. If you want to be an overachiever, do it more. That would be great. Okay, so grab some pen and paper. Maybe grab your post-it note or just a notebook, any bit of paper that's around, and write this down. Okay, I can change my financial situation. There is hope. Now, there's power in that because you're saying that you can do it. Your mind will probably come up with, no, you can't because you don't earn enough, or you can't because the rent's too high, or you can't change your situation because you've got all this debt. When that comes up, say, okay, I'm going to deal with that later. At the moment, I'm focusing on the fact that I actually can change it, and there is hope for me. There's things I can do, and I can take charge of my situation and change it. And I'm started to do that already today with these 3 things that we're doing. Okay? Now, set a timer on your watch maybe. Maybe your watch bleeps on the hour. Perfect. Make that bleep a reminder. I can change my financial situation. There is hope. That's the first action we're going to take. I'm guessing you weren't expecting that was going to be number 1. To do is I want you to think of something that you do every day, something small. I don't want it to be anything life-changing, just a little thing that you do every day or nearly every day that costs you money, that actually you could live without quite happily. It might be something like maybe you stop in the garage and get a hot drink. Guilty, that's what I do. Stop in the garage and you get a hot drink, okay? Maybe you after work you go for drinks with friends. Your lunch break, maybe you don't have anything for lunch, so you rush out and you buy a muffin. Maybe you buy the kids a treat every day on the way home from school. I don't know what it will be. I just want it to be something small that you can live without quite comfortably. What I want you to do is I want you to take that money and put it in a jar. Now, I've got a jar. Don't go out and buy anything. I've got this jar. This jar used to have spaghetti sauce in it, okay? This jar. Now, if I go to the garage, as I spend a lot of time in my car driving, often when I need a hot drink, I think, I'll just stop at the garage and I'll get a hot chocolate. Now, in New Zealand, a hot chocolate is... I haven't got one here. It's $5. Okay, here we go. Hot chocolate is $5. There you go. There's a New Zealand $5 note. Okay, I'm going to put that in there. I'm not going to buy my hot chocolate today. I'm going to put that in there. I'm going to put the lid on, and I'm going to put that somewhere where I can't see it. Maybe I'll put it at the top shelf in the back of the food cupboard. Okay, tomorrow I'm going to go without a hot chocolate. maybe I'll make myself a cup of tea and have it in the car so I can still have my drink, but I'm not going to stop by the garage and get my $5 hot chocolate. I'm going to get another $5 that I would have spent anyway, another $5, I'm going to put it in a jar. Okay? I want you to do that. That's all. That's all to do with money that I want you to do. One thing. Now, it might be, you can't really think of anything that you could just stop straight away, okay? I mean, a hot chocolate in the car is pretty easy to stop. What about if you go out for drinks with friends after work? Well, you still might want to have the social connection, and I really get that, you know. Maybe you have a couple of drinks. How about you have one drink instead of two? And the price of that second drink, put it in your jar. Maybe you meet up with friends at a cafe. Maybe instead of having a muffin and a coffee, you could just have the coffee. Price of the muffin in the jar. You get the idea, don't you? That whatever item you choose, the more frequently you do it, the better. And put those down in the comments. I'd love to hear people's ideas of what they've decided, okay, I can live without that to change my financial situation. Now, don't be tempted. There's a reason I said put that up in the food cupboard or somewhere where you can't see it. I don't want you to see it. I don't want family members to see it. We are going to do something very special with this later, okay? So don't rob yourself of that thing that's going to happen later by pinching some money back out of this. Remember, if you bought the coffee or had the drink, you wouldn't have this money, okay? So consider this money is already spent, but it's up in the jar, not to be touched. You might want to put a bit of paper around it so nobody else in the family can see it, whatever it takes. Okay, so that's step number 2. Number 3, this is a slightly different task, okay? What I want, and this is important because what we're going to do, these videos are about building a personalized plan for you, for your money, okay? So to do that, we need to gather some information, okay? But let's not do it all at once and just get totally overwhelmed by everything, you know? Let's do it step by step by step. So what I want you to do, now you might want to do this in a notebook, you might want to do it on your phone. I use Google Keep Note for a lot of things. That's really useful for me. Do what works for you, somewhere where you won't lose it. So what I want you to do is I want you to write down the money that you receive. Okay, I want where it comes from, how much it is, and how often you get it. Okay, you could just do this by, okay, get a bit of paper. There we go, there's a bit of paper. Where does it come from? Okay, if you're working, it might be wages or salaries, or maybe you're a busker, I don't know, and you play the violin on the side of the road and you earn money. Maybe it's busking money. I don't know what your situation is, but you will have money coming in. It might be money from the government. You might be on a benefit or government support of some kind. You may get money, child assistance money that helps you bringing up the children. Whatever it is, it doesn't matter what it is. Remember, this is for you. This is private. We're not going to tell anybody about this. So be totally honest. What money have you got coming in? How much comes in each time? And how often? So maybe you're paid monthly. Maybe you're paid every fortnight. Write that down. We need that information. Okay? That's all I want you to do. That's going to be the start of working an individual plan for you. Okay, that's not hard. Okay, for some of you it might just be, you might just have one job and you might just have one monthly amount or weekly amount. Write it down, you're done. So remember, you can change your financial situation. There is a lot of hope, and I'll see you next time on the next video. Please subscribe, push that bell so the next video doesn't get lost in the sea of videos that is YouTube. Really important to subscribe and push that bell. And also questions, fire those questions at me. Whatever they are, I will answer them to the best of my ability.